Okay, so Liverpool are releasing a statement. I genuinely thought this was going to get swept under the rug. Oh, it's a mistake, move on. Which I wouldn't have been happy with because it happened so many times. We fully accept the pressures that match officials work under, but these pressures are supposed to be alleviated, not exacerbated, by the existence and implementations of VAR. It is therefore unsatisfactory that sufficient time was not afforded to allow the correct decision to be made and that there was no subsequent intervention. That such failings already have been categorized as significant human error is also unacceptable. Any and all outcomes should be established only by the review and with full transparency. This is vital for the reliability of future decision making as it applies to all clubs, with learning being used to make improvements to processes in order to ensure this kind of situation cannot occur again. In the meantime, we will explore a range of options available given the clear need for escalation and resolution. Hey, hey, don't mess with John Henry, he's a gangster. And like the statement said, people make mistakes. Referees are human, we all make mistakes, fine. That's the point of VAR. They have technology to make sure that these mistakes don't happen. That's not a red card by Curtis Jones. I don't care. You can argue with your cousin. I don't care, man. That's not a red card. Here is a frame where he gets the ball. 50-50. That's 50-50. And then a ball is around. Why do they always freeze it at the moment of impact? That's not how football works, bro. If you're wondering why I'm holding the spoons, because I'm eating custard, but I saw this post, morning Spurs fans or Liverpool fans still crying. This is not about us, right? People think this is about Liverpool, as if Liverpool are the only team that have been robbed by VAR or terrible officiating. I mean, look at the Wolves game. And that Rodri handball that wasn't given, Sadio Mane was onside, recorded offside. I could really list you a whole bunch of things that VAR and the referees messed up, but that would take all day. I saw this Diogo Jota's wife post like this. I mean, we all know that's Jota. He's just posting on his wife's account, because if he posted on his account, yeah, he would get kind of in trouble. Manchester City FC did not issue a statement after we were robbed by VAR officials at Old Trafford. Liverpool and fans are crying about one error for the last 24 hours. Now let me tell you something. Man City could have made a statement, because that goal shouldn't have counted. As what Man City did, they let it go. A lot of clubs, they let it go. We did not let this go. Now, Gary Neville, Jurgen Klopp handled the situation well last night after the game. Most football fans will have had empathy with what has happened and recognize it was wrong. However, Liverpool's statement tonight is a mistake. Talk of exploring all options, what does that mean, and sporting integrity are dangerous phrases along with being vague and aggressive. Sorry we effed up was enough. I said this last night. Sorry should be respected and not undervalued. How many times have they apologized? How many times have they said sorry? How many times have they messed up and just gotten away with it? At some point, you're gonna have to say no. Someone has to face some sort of consequences. They spent like 6 minutes checking that Jones red card, and they didn't even spend 20 seconds on Luis Diaz. They just moved past that. When Jurgen Klopp was arguing with the referee, they were so quick to release the audio to get Jurgen Klopp in trouble. But now, we want the audio from the VAR. We want to see what happened. Where's the audio? Where's the audio? So someone replied to Gary Neville, how is an apology enough? There needs to be repercussions, which is facts, because they get away with this time and time again. When is enough? And then Gary Neville replied to him, what would you like, mate? It's an F up, we've all done it. Yes, that we all make mistakes. I'm not saying I've never made mistakes. I'm probably going to make many more mistakes in my life. You learn from your mistakes. VAR mess up, they don't learn. They just apologize, mess up again next week. 1 week it's a handball, 1 week it's not a handball. 1 week you can scissor tackle a player, another week this is not a penalty. You see, what are we doing? You can't keep messing up like this. This tweet is probably the one that I've seen the most from the Tottenham side. Silly statement from Liverpool. What options do they want to explore? Does this include replaying the final of the 2019 Champions League because of the wrongly awarded handball penalty at the start of the game? First of all, That was handball, by the way. His hands were up in the box. It literally changed the direction of the ball. You can't do that. That's handball. Why are we acting like this decision is the first bad decision ever? Happens week in, week out to the rest of us, but when it happens to Liverpool, that's when people finally realize there's an issue. It's not because it happened to Liverpool. It's because we actually said something. Again, like I said with the City thing, City could have made a case. We made a case, and we are not backing down. The referees apologized. We don't accept that. Okay, so I saw this. Hey Liverpool fans, if you can stop crying for 1 second, take a look at this. Udogie wins the ball but gets a yellow, and you get a foul that leads to your equalizer. Can the referees apologize for this, please? What about you? It's funny that he mentions this because Udogie gets the ball and then catches Gakpo's ankle afterwards. Does that sound familiar? Sounds like Curtis Jones when he got the ball and then caught Basuma after that. This is where you messed up. This is why I really think there's match fixing going on here. Udogie got a yellow card for that. Fine. After the Jota foul, Udogie was on a second yellow card when he gestured to the referee to give Jota a yellow card, which should have resulted in a second yellow. Now you're probably thinking, why would Udogie get a yellow card? All he did was tell the referee to book Jota. In the Liverpool versus Chelsea game, Jackson McAllister booked. Both players were fouled and a free kick was given, but they ended up having their names in the book after they raised their hands at the referee, indicating that their foul should have been booked. So McAllister and Jackson were like, yeah, book him because they were fouled. And that was a yellow card, right? And that's the first game of the season. So I understood, okay, if you gesture to the ref, give him a yellow card, you're going to get a yellow. So when Udogie did this, I'm thinking, send him off. He's gone. And obviously, Spurs finished the game with 11 men. So Udogie wasn't sent off. Can someone explain that to me? No, genuinely. Can someone explain why Udogie wasn't sent off? And now that I've told you all of this, do you understand why we feel like there's something more here? This is not a simple mistake. But even talking about this is making me so upset. Let me just hit my custard here. So yeah, this video was really long. I just really wanted to get this out here because I had so much to say and I've seen a lot of things online. So yeah, Liverpool, you doing the right thing. Fight the good fight, you know what I mean? Yeah.